Get in here, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what. As y'all rewind this thing, even though I'm not gonna play the music, when I do these, I'm gonna get back to playing my music. You know, it almost throws me off when I can't play my music, but I don't want to mess these up. This is a shorter live this morning. Unfortunately, I'm gonna try it again tomorrow morning. We'll hopefully there's no things, but this morning was my fault, and I forgot all about a doctor's appointment and everything. So we did. What's going on, Chris? But you know what I'm saying? Hey, hopefully there's no things. But and I didn't mean, yo, excuse me. I clicked my own self to come back. But I tell you what, man. What's going on, Terrence? Man, I realized I didn't message you back. I'm gonna message you. I just looked through my messages. Juan, I'm gonna message you right after this thing. But we pretty good, man. Working through all of the nonsense. Whew, let me tell y'all, and yeah, I'm leaving the gym. For anybody who, because I'm getting a lot of new people watching the page. I wear sunglasses a lot because for a while after a car accident, my eyes were sensitive to light. What's going on, CC? They were sensitive to light, so I'm not just trying to look cool. I'm literally coming from the gym, so it's not. What's going on, Tyrone? It's not my best look or my best day, but I tell you what, man. A lot has been going on, man. Today my phone has been banging. When I tell you my phone been banging, I done got about 30 calls from 30 countries, several like impromptu type of interviews and different things like that. I'm sorry, Leslie. I just left the gym. I apologize to everybody, and I said I'm gonna try to do the 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I forgot about a doctor's appointment this morning, but yeah, I tell y'all what, this thing has like spiraled out of control. And I had somebody call me actually from the UK, and I've had a lot of people call me, honestly. And the Dave Wilson saga, the ABKC saga, and what's going on, Stomp Down, Brown. It is sort of elevated and escalated, and y'all please hit like so they'll believe that this is real, you know what I mean? Well, Tyrone, a lot of, well, see, this is the thing, and you know what's so crazy is I had forgot about Kimbo. I had spoke on Kimbo a while ago, and I sort of forgot about him. I deal with so many different dogs and those natures, you know. I forgot all about Kimbo, man, but I tell you what, Kimbo is linked to a lot of things, and I had read those stories, and y'all forgive me, but he's linked to a lot of things. His blood is linked to a lot of things. But you know, this is not my 2-hour live, so I'll jump right into it. One of the biggest problems is that it was never addressed. What's going on, K-Down? It was never addressed. Just like we talked about other popular breeders that was doing this thing, it was never addressed, and now the biggest problem with it not being addressed is it's gotten out of control. And how it's going to be managed is going to be very, 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 what's going on, Dave? It's going to be very, 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 very Bully Team 6 Trey. What's going on? Important. And I say this is because I ran down all of this, and we'll run. Look, I'm gonna do this. It's probably gonna sound funny because I'm gonna be talking fast, but this is the history of what we've seen over the last couple let's say 18 months that is very, very relevant. Some of the stuff that I've been telling y'all can check it out. First of all, you know, of course, we've had several incidences. We've had people robbed for these dogs. We've had some shootings. We had some people. We've actually had lives been lost for the robberies of these dogs. We've had people with the videos, which has been going on for years, showing large amounts of money. We've had, you know, some dog fights at shows. We've had a expose of sorts that entailed the money laundering that is coming through the dog community. This is something that most people forgot, is that there was an article before this. It wasn't a TV like investigation. It was an article before that. You know what I mean? What's going on, Barry? Where they detailed the heroin king of Ireland, who is now an ABKC Europe representative. They all and a partner of Dave on several dogs. They in this like I say in this little video, the expose, you know, she went undercover. When she went undercover, you know what I'm saying? Ultimate opportunities, they coming hot. When she went undercover, the equivalent of what would be our DEA, FBI type of agency, they basically confirmed and said, yes, we know that there's some money laundering going on through these dogs from drug proceeds. During that time, they did an undercover investigation where Muscle Tone UK, if y'all don't know who Muscle Tone is, that's Bashar, Dave's partner in the ABKC, even though they try to hide that, and a partner of his. So this guy was in jail, and this man was so notorious, they had dubbed him the Cocaine King. And it was funny, if you see the video, and I don't know how y'all can find the video, maybe somebody post a link, but if you see the actual video, you'll see that when the guy's partner, he was selling dogs from jail and everything, but the guy's partner, literally, when he met the lady who he didn't know was a reporter, she was posing as a buyer, he basically was like, yeah, I'm sure you know who he is. You know, imagine you having somebody that's so notorious in your country for cocaine sales that the way you introduce yourself to a potential buyer is like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you know who he is. You know what I mean? But this is Muscle Tone UK. Well, this was all tied into one big thing. I have been telling y'all, I got some people in Washington. That's how I was giving y'all information. It's been a long time ongoing. You can basically call it a RICO type of investigation. This is one of the reasons why y'all start seeing legal letters go out to people saying that some of these veterinarians are distancing themselves away from the breed. It's animal cruelty. That's why in that same video, they brought up the animal cruelty and showed the dogs with the legs turned backwards, the whole nine. Also, over the last year, you know that I talked about the incredible amount of mixing of the dogs, and this incredible amount of mixing of the dogs being dangerous because of some of the dogs that they were putting in to the XL bully to get size. And of course, they put it into other bullies. But I detailed the XL bully because of a particular breeder here in the States who had sold to some people a dog, and the dog tried to kill their daughter. In the process, a man fought the dog and basically lost the function of his arms. I'll never repost the pictures of as I was asked not to, but he lost fingers and everything like that. And you know, some people's like, I don't wonder why he didn't respond. He knows why he doesn't respond, because it's some very ugly information, but it's some pending legal stuff that they're going to try to do. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not at liberty to put that out there. But after saying all of this, then we get hit with the major, and of course I'm skipping over some things, but we get hit with the major news that the UK Prime Minister plans to put a ban on the Bully XL. Now, of course, we'll go through the most embarrassing part, is when the head of the ABKC turns around and says that the XL does not exist and that the UK people were just basically making up something. What's going on, Raul? While the website still not only has the XL as a bully up there, and there's videos of him bragging about him starting a Razor's Edge XL line, then you turn around and he has to make a video because so many people blasted him for being, and he's made like 30 videos now, but he had to try to retract and say that they didn't show the whole video. Let me take a second, because we do have a second. Dude, I don't care how much of the video that they didn't show. Your words are your words. You sat there and said there's no such thing as an American Bully, or American Bully XL or a Bully XL, and you went on to say that this was something in England that had been made up. So no matter what you try to say, first of all, any of us knows that the UK did not make up the term Bully XL. They have not made up anything. They're not doing anything differently than the rest of the world is doing with the American Bully XL. That would be your first big ass lie. Well, I guess second big ass lie, because we all know that the XL has always existed, excuse me, as long as the American Bully has existed. So that would be the next part of the lie. But then to come back and, you know, he tries to clean it up and he tries to do all the things that he does, you have basically went a step further. comparing, first of all, lying, because nowhere did the UK ever say that they were going to go into people's house. Oh yeah, I mean, Edge, we all know. So I mean, we could dig deep into it, about his promotion of the XL, who had the XL bullies and all of this. But I'm just going on a quick one. I'm skipping a lot of shit, you know what I mean? But the funniest part, yeah, Cairo would probably be one of the original XLs. But the funniest part about it is he lied on the he even lied on the prime minister, because nowhere has the UK said that they were going into people's houses, snatching their dogs away, and taking them from them. In this, it's a deeper process than that. It's not good for the UK, but it's a deeper process. You know what I mean? And we're gonna do a lot of meet and greets, man. I literally, when I leave here, I got 2 stops to make, and I'm hacking on the computer tonight. We coming. You know what I mean? I know I've been telling y'all that for a while, but it's time. You know what I mean? It's real time. But exactly, Barry. The XL has always been there. As I've told y'all, I'm the very first person to win the XL show with Hallie's brother, Poncho. The XL standard was written right along with the standard, the classic, and the pocket. It's always been there. You know what I mean? The XL has always been there. There's a multitude of dogs that would have been XL dogs. You know what I'm saying? You could talk about Nemesis. You could talk about Cairo. I mean, it's been plenty of them. But the thing of it is yeah, he's really panicking. And he's making a mess of this thing, because he's told so many lies now that you have people calling me from different areas of the world and basically wondering, is he even the president of the he hating on Nemesis? Good Lord. They're even wondering, an interview that I had with this gentleman named Robert, who's actually from the UK and wanting to write an article to get some clarity on the breed. He actually told me, like, man, you know what I mean? It makes no sense, you know what I'm saying, at all. You know what I'm saying? That when you look at the situation, and I guess here we go. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, these people are something else. You know what I'm saying? They're just nonsense. But the thing of it is, nah, Jesus, that ain't nobody stiff nobody. That's, you know what that is. That's one of those you know what I mean, weirdos. Like I say, if anybody, we have to remember, on this page you have a lot of ABKC type people. They want to report the lives. They want to do all these things because the information I'm giving y'all is so real. This is why my page gets reported. People try to do things to my page. You try to come on here. Jesus, I'm glad you said deposits are non-refundable, but at the same time, I posted puppies for sale. So why didn't you apply your deposit to that? Probably never had a deposit. We've had fake deposits. We've had fake people. We've had fake this and fake that. We've had the guy who spent $2,000 supposedly, but the reason he didn't go through with his sale is because somebody told him he wasn't going to get a puppy, but still claimed that I robbed him. Look, dude, if anybody in the world, if you got money with me, go ahead and get your puppy, man. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus, I know what you're saying, but it's sad because he, you know what I'm saying, I don't even know who that person is, and they're pretty much full of shit, because ain't nobody calling me about a damn puppy, and I'm not answering the phone to see if you get approved or whatever, because I've got a few nice males that I'm trying to get into homes, you know what I'm saying? So unless you got turned down, but if you got turned down, you couldn't make a deposit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, much love, Pope. You know, we ain't gonna shed too much light on these weirdos. Like I say, we've had the people talk about I live out of a car and all of this shit and shit. You know what I mean? This is life. My dude just got his dog up in Canada after we had a nightmare with the shipper. But you know what I mean? Just stop it. But going back to this Wilson guy and the ABKC. This is where I want to get more serious. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, now besides the fact that this guy compared to, you know, the UK was going to treat this like a dog holocaust, which is very insensitive, and said the prime minister would become the Adolf Hitler of the dog world. Another just very insensitive, and he's got people upset about that now, rightfully so. And I've already apologized, and I apologize again on behalf of Stupid over there. We have the problem of this. First and foremost, let's go back, and some of you hit on this. I'll tell you this, and as being one of the originators of this breed. You know what I mean? Ryan, before I go into it, I'll say that wasn't his first set of puppies, because one of the puppies I sold was like a clone off of him. That's his second. That's his second litter. But the litter that's on the ground now is. Bro, I'll post a picture later. These little dudes got so much bone, and the one got like how two of them is, really three of them is like that. Maybe even all four of them. I got to check the other little dude out. But I was just noticing they got the pecs where you got that deep indentation. The bone is huge. They short back. They remind me of like more muscular versions, and it's hard to say that when it's a puppy, but they look like they're more muscular, but they had a big bone of like how you know what I'm saying? Hey, much love, Barry. We got to keep them haters. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some more haters like Cat Williams say by the end of this video. But yeah, that litter is going to be incredible. I'm talking about record-breaking type shit. I'm really considering keeping. I don't even want another Tommy male right now because I got some other shit going on with Tommy. But these puppies is like, dog. Look, I tell you like this: they better than Denzel was. They better than Tommy was at that age. You know what I'm saying? I'm not overstating it when I say that those little puppies that are, but it's all heavy my shit though. The mom is 8 times Denzel and Halle, and then you take around I did with, and Tommy is, off of Mandela, and I made that, so that I crashed that all together. You throw a little bit of Mufasa, which is Oscar stuff. Of course, the Bistro stuff that's there from, man, the blood is undeniable. Those puppies are amazing. I would dare to venture to say that they definitely could end up being up there with the best litters I've had in 20 plus years. Them little motherfuckers bad. Yeah, I got a decision to make, because if the mom is throwing like that, I got a decision to make, because I'm breeding her to another incredible stud, and I can't have too many studs. But I'm gonna make a decision in the next week. But one of them, one of them boys might have to come and stay with me, because the boy's got the gargoyle face. All right, I'm going back to the topic, because I could talk about them puppies all day. But this is the problem that we face, right? I've read more, I've looked into more. It's articles out there talking about Kimbo and pointing back to Kimbo. There's articles talking about a multitude of things with this breed. Now there's articles that are starting to pop up, and some of these are, of course, online articles that are talking about the community in general. There's a lot of skepticism involving the ABKC, its connection to drug activity, its connection to these people who are convicted drug dealers and different things of that nature. It's starting to become an avalanche. And the XL thing was just the first snowball at the top of the hill. This was the first snowball at the top of the hill. And then I'll go to I know I went out of order. But the reason it's the biggest, it's the first snowball at the top of the hill is because, like I told y'all, like that interview, y'all didn't have to hear it from my mouth. Y'all all blew me up and said, you said that shit. And then y'all got confirmation. But there's an ongoing investigation. Lord knows what is in this investigation. I've seen some of the craziest shit online, being a former illegal type of guy myself. Like guys putting up hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash, guys bragging about laundering their money through drug deals. What's going on, Ryan? So much going on, so much cash being, exchanged, situations where you don't want to be stereotypical, but you see individuals and you have to wonder, where is this money coming from? Why is it all in cash? Why are you putting all of your business out there? What is this? What is that? Other individuals, you can't keep secrets in this community. So now it's a lot of things, and I've heard this from some of my sources. I've heard it. This community is going to be under attack. These breeds are going to be under attack. This was one avenue. I told you guys about this last year. I brought it into this year. I told you that this was coming. Y'all, everybody is like, oh, the XL, the XL. Look at the biggest picture. And this is why I said it's time for us to change the whole imagery of this breed. Because look on TikTok and see the videos about people being robbed for dogs. Some of them are Frenchies, some of them are American bullies. Shootouts about American bullies. You know what I mean? You tie all of this in together, and right now it has already been acknowledged that several of the EU countries have already acknowledged the situation in the UK. They're already acknowledging that that could be a problem. When the UK does something, you have to remember, these countries are all together. They all work together in different facets. They all pay attention to each other's laws and different things of that nature. This is going to affect every European country one way or the other. If not a law change, it's going to be a huge red flag. Because the origin of these dogs and the biggest problem, including some alleged drug activity that you know, you've got connections here, there, the other implications of money being transferred, all of these, it's heavy. It's going to affect everywhere that the American bully resides. No breed has ever been in this situation, and I'm not being dramatic. You ain't heard of all these wild ass stories and this nonsense, and then the president of the only damn registry, which like the UK said, the AKC doesn't acknowledge it. So of course this guy steps up and said, yeah, we're the one. But now he's just making a total ass out of himself, lying, this, that, and the other, giving no real answers. We have to be accountable, and as a community, we have to start standing up for our dogs. There are bad breeders, but the dog is not bad. The tone that we need to take in our community is not that we are in a situation of defending the actions of dogs that have done the wrong thing and people who have had those dogs. But we are in a situation of defending this breed and saying that this breed is far more than what these people have made it out to be. Making the accountability on the people. Because as we all know, you know, any mastiff type of dog, any bigger dog can inflict a lot of punishment and pain. I'm going to tell you guys one of the arguments to stay away from. Literally, I have an attorney cousin who will be working with the TBKC as our ringer, one of our ringers over there. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Definitely we want to blame the owners. But this is the thing. We don't want to come off as insensitive by not acknowledging that kids have been mauled, people have lost their lives by the incompetency of these owners. We cannot sit back and do what I've seen a lot of people do and talk about Chihuahuas and poodles bite more people than the American bully has ever bit people. And okay, we understand that, but it doesn't really help our argument, because I've never really heard, and I'm not saying that it hasn't happened, but I've never really heard of a Chihuahua killing anybody. So when you make that argument, you sort of dumb down the conversation. One of the reasons why the Tosa is a very rare dog, but the reason why it's banned in several countries is because of its capabilities to kill. That's why it's banned. If you look at the list of banned dogs, they're all, not banned dogs, but banned as in excluded. But they're all larger dogs. They're based off of their capabilities. This is why they wanted to get rid of them. Certain places wanted to get rid of the Rottweiler. It's capability. It's not the percentage of bites and different things like that that they are looking into. They're looking into its ability to be to do severe damage and possible death. Yeah, the Fila is on that list. The Caucasian is on that list. The Tosa is on that list. Akitas are on that list some places. Neapolitan Mastiffs have made that list too, you know what I mean? So we do have big dogs that will make that list, but it's because of their capabilities. You have to understand, and I've seen this firsthand. I've seen children die. Don't forget, last year there were several incidences where it was described as American bullies that killed children, you know what I mean? We have to do, you know what I mean, the right thing. We have to push to do the right thing. The right thing is to handle our own breed better. You know what I mean? What's up, fam? To handle and to address the situation that the ABKC should have addressed instead of coming out and lying and denying. Because that, once again, made us look bad on a large scale. Yes, our argument should be more along these lines, and I'm not telling you what to say, but I'll give you an example, as I have consulted with an attorney about this. You know what I mean? Christopher Ruffin. This is something that we need to do. Dave is making some horrible moves this week. We need to once again say, you know, this is along these lines. Yes, we do understand that there are incidences where our dogs have been involved in maulings and they have been involved in deaths. But even acknowledging by the founding registry that there are well over 100,000 dogs registered in the UK. As far as 100,000 dogs, can you show me 1,000 incidences? If you can show me 1,000 incidences where these dogs have killed someone, then that would mean that that was 1% of that breed. 1% of the breed is not a good reason to ban an entire breed, because if we were doing 1% of everything that harmed people, then we would be banning a lot of a lot of things. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that harm people. Now, more than likely what you would do is you would be showing me 100 incidences at best, which would be 0.1% of this, which would further make our argument stronger that it is a very, very small minority and that the masses should not be punished. We are fine with proper legislation that might make us have to do certain things to prove that our dogs are not dangerous, but it is very, very unfair to punish everybody for the, you know what I'm saying, for the, whether we want to call them sins or whatever you want to call them, the misconduct of others. And this is a situation that makes the whole situation ugly for us, because it is not the majority. Even inside the United States, where these dogs are very, very, very abundant, we see a lot of cases, but in the large scope of these cases, it's a very low percentage. This is what we have to focus on. You don't ban guns when people when people use them to kill them, and it's a very higher percentage of people killing people with guns. You know what I mean? Peanuts killed more people than American bullies did last year. Trust me, shellfish killed more people than American bullies did last year. The UK banned guns. Well, shit, the UK on the road. But we have to make these arguments as to how it is that we're going to fix our problem, because fixing our problem is going to be the smartest thing that we can do. Accountability is the smartest thing that we can do. Proper training, proper temperament assessment, things that have been done in other breeds. It is a roadmap to show us how to handle AKA vicious dogs. The roadmap to, exactly, they're not going to ban knives. The roadmap to us getting our dogs around the world in a better light starts with accountability. Edge one, I ain't messing with you. But accountability is going to be everything. Accountability is going to be absolutely everything. You know what I mean? Yeah, ground beef, shit, McDonald's and sodium didn't kill more people than, you know, not to make fun of this, but this is a situation where we have to take that approach. And the one thing that we have to do, and this is why I'm saying, you know what I mean, and I'm going to push the movement to pretty much, you know what I mean, boycott the ABKC, because the ABKC, and I've told y'all this for years, go back on old videos, I told y'all what the purpose when we established the ABKC was, is there were supposed to be attorneys that were hired through the ABKC, not just to harass people that don't do what they want and try to shut down other registries, but attorneys who are supposed to be fighting BSL laws. We were supposed to be enforcing rules to make sure that this breed was looked at in a positive light. I can tell you, any registry worth its salt has people banned, and has banned certain dogs. You cannot find people or dogs that have been banned with the ABKC. The only one I can think of is Carolina Bully Farms, and they are now back. How could it that you have one of the worst breeds in the world, and I will say one of the worst, but possibly the worst breed in the world, and you've banned nobody, you've gotten rid of anything? And even in the great video where Dave was comparing the Prime Minister to Adolf Hitler about some dogs, of course, he said that he told another lie. The only disqualification that this breed has was aggressive behavior. Dude, you can't have a confirmation breed and the only DQ you have is aggressive behavior. What about if the dog looks like a whole different breed? What if the dog is born with no tail? What if the dog has no testicles? What if the dog has no legs? What if the dog has a disqualifiable color or color pattern? There are many DQs, you know what I mean? So to go on there, once again, he made himself look, look very, very bad, We have gotten to the point that it kicked out the pug. We've gotten to the point to where we have to stand for something or we're going to fall for anything. People should be boycotting the ABKC after you saw what Dave Wilson did to the XL breed, what he continues to do, the lies that have been told. And you see right now, and like I told y'all yesterday, I'm not telling y'all, as soon as I open up, bring all y'all business. I don't care about the business part. I care about the breed. Make it better. You know what I mean? I mean, really, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dave really needs to think about everything. Dave needs to think about sitting his ass down somewhere. Dave's going to end up, trust me, he's going to get hit with an indictment and he's going to sing like Luther Vandross on Saturday night at the BET Awards. And he's going to sell out Bashar. He's going to sell out everybody that he knows was involved in anything crooked. He's going to be doing a lot of singing because they're setting themselves up for a bad situation. Like I said, we need to be signing paperwork. We need to be doing all things to make sure that the UK, we take the fight to the UK. And what I mean by that is our whole community, and I mean your whole community. I don't care if you're in South America. I don't care if you're in Central America. I don't care if you're in Canada, the United States. Wherever you're at, you need to be supporting the petition that the UK has going on right now to show them that this dog is not just a dog that you kick off, because the dog has worldwide support and love. I've already seen my guy Memo Loke, and I'm gonna reach out to Oscar tonight to send him the petition and ask him to share it if he hasn't already done it. But you got some guys in this community who've got a following, who's got registries and different things, who are already starting to push it. I'm going to talk to Marco tonight and see if Marco, I know he will do it, but we need to share this word about the petition. I'm starting to rally to ask some of these guys to do public service announcements, real faces of this breed, to step up and share their words that this breed is not a vicious breed. This breed is a misused breed and has fallen prey to to faulty leadership in a lot of ways. The ABKC should have banned Kimbo Blood a long time ago. The ABKC should have banned any dogs that were suspect of adding dogs who had previously been banned, like the South African Bordeaux, the Fila. The adding of dogs who are more so of the protection sort, which goes against the breed standard, because you don't want a protection dog as your XL bullies that makes the temperament unstable. This is what we've seen by the mixing of the dogs, these super large animals. And y'all can go back on my things. I've said this way before. I did whole lives about this before. It was dangerous, and this is a situation where I don't want to say I'm right, because people have lost their lives. Well, let me say I was right, but I don't want to say, oh, I told you so, because I get no joy out of this. I get nothing out of this. It really saddens me to the point of shedding tears a couple times to think about, a child being mauled. And it really comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? Justice for East Coast man. It really comes down, yeah, another lie Dave told, huh? It really comes down to doing the right thing, not only for the breed, not only for the people who have invested and loved this breed. It is what it is. It is time for us to It is time for us to move forward. It is time for us to say hell no to the ABKC and really take the breed back and start putting a positive force and light on there. Because I'm telling you, we are so open right now. How do y'all think the world looks at Bashar's dogs? I can tell you how they look at them. I've got real shit. I've got real. When they say you got receipts, I got receipts. I got receipts from dogs that were sent over to the UK that were very, very sickly. I mean, very sickly. 5th-degree heart murmurs, a lot of other issues going on with the dog, to the point to where it was recommended that the dogs were put down on site when they got into the country. I've got falsified paperwork, allegedly, where it's no way that a veterinarian would give this dog a health pass to come into your country in the condition that it was in, with these kind of heart murmurs and these kind of issues. You have a lot of issues that are going on. And unlike the United States, some places take these things very seriously and they look at it as animal cruelty if you promote or breed dogs that are in that unhealthy fashion. That dog's health is the first thing. The ABKC promotes it. When you have the dumbass president go forward and say, you know, we don't worry so much about confirmation as we do I mean, and this is the thing. We have to remember, I agree with you 100%. There's so much wrong with this ban, but we have to remember this, right? This is something to think about. He said by the first of the year, he's shooting this. This is time to operate. Not only the petitions, but we have to flood the internet too. We have to make our voice be heard too. We have to get in the right ears, because they've already sort of like, hey, we will have some conditions. It's not like they're in a, from my understanding, it doesn't seem like that it's an absolute, we're going to, like Dave Wilson put it out there, to cause mass hysteria. They're coming and kicking in doors and snatching your dogs and taking them to, I'm not even going to say where he said they was taking them to. Y'all have already heard that. But you know what I mean? But we have to get to a point where we start moving against it. Every law is like that. Every bans are like that. They start way out there. But as the people sort of fight those bans, they reel in. They get people on their side and they reel them in. You might get a couple politicians to come check your dogs out, like, this is a great community. These dogs are good. This is why I'm telling y'all, show your dogs in a natural light. I got to get some videos with my daughter and my dogs, because my daughter is crazy. She loves to hug and kiss on my dogs all the time, but they love her and they can't wait to see it. You know, that even includes the big boys. They love the kids. These are the images that we need to put out there, because right now, only thing that's being put out there is a negative context, and it's not being helped by the ghetto ass registry that we have running it, that they can easily pull up films of the ABKC shows and they just as ghetto as you want to be. You see dogs that are obviously not in the best health, not in the best shape, not in the best conformation. We need to make this thing better. If we do not increase the image of our dogs, we don't have a leg to stand on. Please understand that it doesn't matter if it's the UK or if it's the United States or whatever. The only thing they know about our dogs is what they hear. You know what I mean? Edge one, exactly. You should never breed a dog with a horrible demeanor. We are so past the stage of needing to breed anything that is outside of that, you know, of that realm of having, you know, very, very good temperament, that is crazy. That was years ago, where it might have been a dog where we're like, damn, we're gonna just try to tone his temperament down, but we need him for the breed. We are past that. There's so many dogs with great temperament now that fit the breed standard and have a lot to offer, that we don't have to do anything crazy with these dogs. We have to get to a point, I'm telling you, that to where we don't see dogs. It's literally footage out there of an XL bully attacking a judge in the ring. He got out the way, but you have that imagery. You know, it's so much imagery that can hurt this cause. And I'm not trying to be up here and be Barack Obama and try to become the next president or none of that. This is a breed that I helped establish, put many years into. I love the breed and I want to see it succeed. And all of you and anybody around here can help by putting a more positive outlook on our dogs. And like I say, it's not to say we pimping the kids out, but this is their normal life. If your dog is a best friend to your kid, promote that. If you can take your dog to PetSmart or Lowe's and you always got somebody who loves the dogs and your dog is that friendly that they can take a picture with a perfect stranger, promote that. This is needed. I know it sounds like that I'm doing a rally to y'all, but it really is. It's like a political rally. You're talking about a government that is trying to get rid of an entire breed, and it's going to keep on knocking down. It's not. This starts with the XL. The standard is too close to the XL, so he'll be next. Well, shit. Once we get rid of the standard, we might as well get rid of the pocket. Pretty soon, it's just ban them all because they're the cousins of the pit bull that's banned in a lot of places anyway. So let's just ban all these dogs so nobody ever gets hurt again. That's their mentality. We have to overcome that mentality. The only way we can overcome that mentality is show what our dogs really are. This community has been horrible at showing how these dogs really are. That's why if you are a good American Bully owner, you always have to explain about your breed. You always have to explain. You always have to explain that your dog's not sick. You always have to explain that your dog's not unstable. These type of things. You know why? Because this is all our community knows about us. I mean, not our community. Every other community knows about us. And that's what I'm saying. You need to get the Home Depot girls to take some pictures. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. That's good for imagery. It's good for imagery, and it's not a lie. This is a reality. People love your dogs. Your dogs are nice enough to be approached and petted, and you know what I mean. And I have those type of dogs that, you know, if I'm around and stuff, they love strangers too. You know, so you can do that. You know, as long as I'm around, I wouldn't cross the gun line if I ain't around. But if I'm around, they're perfectly normal with this, which is that in itself is good temperament. But we have to put these things out there. We need to have more stories and more interviews with people talking about what their dogs mean to them. I know this sounds crazy to y'all, but man, sit down for once, take a little time, and tell your family's experience. Tell your experience with the American Bully. Because that's what I'm going to do. That's why I'm literally going to go to my place. I got my lights. Y'all know I got a real setup from time to time. And I'm going to get into a nice place. I'm going to put on better clothes than I usually wear. I'm going to sit down in a professional manner. And mine will probably be a lot longer than y'all's. But I'm going to represent this breed. And I'm going to tell the truth. And I got pictures. I got pictures of beautiful kids hugging on their bullies. I got pictures of a show with a bunch of kids. And they're all out there showing their bullies. I got pictures of kids with XLs. I got XLs in great environments with other XLs and with people, women, children, and everybody else showing their dogs. We have to put this out there. Yeah, I mean, activity would be great, Ryan. Activity would be absolutely great, but we have to do this. I mean, well, if we start talking about the exotic breeders, we got a whole damn another problem. We ain't got we don't have enough time in the day to deal with that. That's gonna be a problem. We have to, you know, move back until 2024 because right now we got some serious shit on our hands. But that exotic community, that's gonna blow the whole damn thing up. That's a whole different you know, situation. I mean, yeah, Edge One, I'll tell you the truth. Odell has the perfect temperament. Now he don't take no shit. But at the end of the day, Odell literally sleeps with my daughter. Like he comes in there and I'm telling you, you can't find him. If she already sleep, he right up there. You know what I mean? He loves people. Never had a problem with him showing any type of aggression. You know, that's pretty much all of my dogs. They don't show aggression towards people. I won't breed a dog that shows, especially not your family. Now they will, like, you know, you come up to that gate, they will let you know that this ain't the place for you. They got a little protection drive in them, but they, you know what I'm saying, but they never do any of that. You know, this is the way that the American Bully was supposed to be. It's not supposed to be, as Dave said, it's supposed to be so docile. It's supposed to be stable, not docile, stable. You know what I mean? Stable is a difference. Stable, when your dog's temperament is stable, it is processing information and making good decisions. You know what I mean? Docile sometimes can go towards being a little bit skittish. You know, at the end of the day, the dogs are supposed to be stable and you can trust the dog. That's it. You know what I mean? Yeah. None of the Down syndrome characteristics that you're bringing in the ring, Dave. You know, I mean, and yeah, I know I keep saying this dude's name, but yeah, I'm very disgusted with him right now. Well, the thing of it is, Chris, Braden bullies, is that the one thing we have to do is we don't have to explain the they have to try to explain it, but the thing is that we have to stand on that too, that a deformed dog shouldn't be, you know, out there. But imagine this, everybody. We've got about 15, maybe 20 minutes left. Imagine a problem that you have in your life, right? And as you sit here and you think about the problem that you have in your life, imagine that the answer was always there in the first place. Well proven for well over 100 years. This is the American bully. The UKC, which is younger than the AKC, is 129 years old. Breeds have been a part of the UKC for 129 years. The AKC a little longer. They have been successful, both registries, for many years. And this is when, of course, we're talking about the United States now. Hola, Francisco. They have laid the blueprint for standards. They have laid the blueprints for stability. They have laid the blueprints for how you deal with government issues as far as BSL. They have they have written the blueprint over and over again to how to make and sustain breeds of dogs. This is. Oh yeah, you from Spain, huh? All right, I can dig it. We got them checking in from everywhere. It's much love, man. It's much love, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's one of those things that, you know what I mean? Like I told you, anybody come on with any nonsense, I kick them off. We went through a million times that we about to go ahead and pump this TBKC thing up. I'm feeling better. Everything's better. Rico just gave me another young lady that I'm contacting this evening to make sure that everything is done correctly. So we just doing us, baby. If you coming over here to hate, ain't nothing but love over here. We just gonna get rid of you, you know? All it takes is one drop of hate, and it just, so, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Let them hate. But I tell you this, you know what I'm saying? Going back to the UKC and the AKC, the blueprint has been laid, my brothers and sisters. They have let us know, what's going on, Robert? Exactly how to do this thing. They have taken the political way of it. They have taken the medical way of it. They have taken the way to represent the dogs. They have taken the best way to figure out exactly how to do this thing. And that's why I want to model the TBKC more so after the AKC than I would ever do after the ABKC, because there needs to be a sense of professionalism, there needs to be accountability, and there needs to be a fair way of doing things. And what do I mean by professionalism? We don't need to hear, you know, Tupac and Jeezy and any other music swearing at the top of their lungs when you walk in, because it's a family and it's a professional environment. We want to move it as a professional environment. Not to say anything wrong with Tupac or Jeezy, that's my but you have to have it as an inviting environment for all. First and foremost, when you get all in the door, this is when you show them what you're working with. In your ring, you want people to act professionally. You want people to start feeling like this is a professional setting. We never said that you had to wear suits and ties, but it's nothing wrong with you presenting your dog in a way that's gonna do its thing. You know what I mean? Well, shit, I'm trying to get open early next month. You know what I'm saying? The work is in there. I've been saying that forever, but the work is in there. Literally, I'm trying to get open early next month, sometime in October, and get a show going by early November if I can. But you know, this is a thing, and I'm telling y'all this is a reality. If we want to help our cause, we have to be anti-ABKC. We have to do professionalism. This whole hood thing, and I'm being real with y'all, because I was there from the start. This thing was catered. This thing was catered to make sure that we kept it at a dumbed down level. because professional people would never fall for deformed dogs winning championships. Professional people would never fall for the unprofessionalism of this registry. Professional people would have questions about the health of the dogs and why are we not enforcing the health of the dogs. But being professional in this fashion is the only way that we can move forward. If we do not move forward in this fashion, everything else will fall apart. Now, would you guys mind at this time if the AKC did accept the American Bully? Now, that's not going to happen, and we know that's not going to happen. But the thing of it is that we should conduct ourselves as if we are the AKC to reach that level. A level of respectability, not a bunch of level of lies. Not we're going to change the breed, not closing our eyes to what is going on. The ABKC, Dave Wilson, and our whole community we have known for some years now that there was a problem with the heavy amount of mixing and instability in this breed. If you have ever been to a show, you have seen out of control dogs at those shows more than likely. We have known about the judges who have been nearly bitten in the ring by these dogs. In one case, the judge was bit in the ring by these dogs. We have known about the refusal to DNA test to hold people accountable for adding such breeds as the South African Boer Bull, the Rottweiler, the Alapaha, the Neapolitan, the Bull Mastiff, breeds that are meant for protection. We have known about these things, and we have absolutely refused to say anything because we went along with this. But at this point in time now, people are losing their lives. What's going on, Obi-Wan? A spotlight has been shined on our community, and this is a time where we have to ask ourselves, how will we respond? No, Justin, I actually got one more spot for those consultations. I had one yesterday, went really, really well. Totally different than what I thought. I thought we were going to be talking about American Bullies. We ended up talking about the Giant Schnauzer and the Russian Terrier. So that really stoked me because, believe it or not, I'm a big fan of the Russian Terrier and the Black Russian Terrier. And then, man, I was like, damn, somebody called me on this. And I got to learn a little bit. And then I got to interject what I knew. That was great. But yeah. I mean, Mastiffs, I mean, they're dogs of war. The Mastiffs, I love my Mastiffs, but they are not a dog that you represent as a nice family. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Man, I wish see what I mean? This dude here, like, bro, you ain't nobody sent me no damn 5. This is what I'm saying, dog. Those people are strange to me. They make up shit, and then all of a sudden, like, okay, it's just Tony. Oh, I sent you 5 for the Odell puppy. You ain't sent shit. Stop that lying, man. Literally, I'm going up here every day. All these people is talking about they got their dogs. And we got dogs for sale. And if you get approved, you can get a dog. But somehow, we just ran off with your 5. Stop it. This is what I told y'all. When you start putting a deep message down, they'll do anything. You know what I mean? And I love it because, like y'all say, you got to get your haters up. Just like they say, oh, you live out of your car. Oh, you don't have no dogs. Which car do I live out of? This one or the Mercedes? Or the G or the other truck? Bro, you ain't got to explain nothing to them. Dude, we know what they doing, bro. That's why I say it used to be like effective when they told all those lies, but now the information has been disseminated. We know what they're doing. You know what I mean? I'm causing problems. Like the reason why certain people are still making videos and still trying to talk shit is when I expose the fact that you're not supposed to breed dogs with how did I expose that? But you're not supposed to breed dogs with elongated palates that mess up their breathing. All of a sudden now I'm public enemy #1. Let me make up a million stories. Let me get some people on here. And most of the people that were on there were people whose dogs died from breathing issues. You know what I mean? And it doesn't bother me at all, but because I'm here for the breed, man. Like I told you, I don't even want to sell a lot of dogs, man. That's why I don't have no problem keeping them. Some people be like, you don't advertise your dogs all the time. I go through spurts because I don't give a shit. I hold on to puppies forever. I like to see them grow. That truth is hurting them more and more. You know what I mean? Y'all out here selling defective products. It's one of the reasons why the UK is having a problem right now. Y'all was over there sending mixed fucked up dogs that y'all shouldn't have been sending, and now y'all got these good people who entrusted in y'all to do the right thing with some screwed up dogs over in the UK. Y'all set an example, and the thing about it is it's very diabolical because Dave Wilson knows dogs. Dave Wilson dealt with Cairo, who was very, very vicious, and he knows what a vicious dog can do. It's the reason why he had no problem with the homie putting a bullet in Cairo and finally getting rid of Cairo. He would just went on to tell that lie that Cairo ran off in the woods. What dog y'all know run off in the woods with a bitch that's in heat and the bitch come back but he don't come back? Ain't no male not letting no bitch in heat get away from him. Stop that lie, Dave. You know that dog is right out there next to them train tracks, just like Bobby Dean said. But he's known forever about aggressive dogs, the aggressive nature of dogs, and he knows about the Mastiff. Dave is very intelligent when it comes to dogs, not in speaking, but he knew that, just like when I was making the videos, he knew about the dangers of mixing those dogs into the XL class. But you know what? He didn't care because it meant more money. The reason why he started talking about an XL line is because certain kennels now are getting 25,000, 30, 40,000 a puppy. He never cared about having an XL, but all of a sudden, now that the XL thing is blowing up, it's more and more money coming from the XL. Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably put out an XL line. If you notice, when the extreme dogs start making more money, what is it? Oh yeah, Demon Boy is the greatest dog ever, and this is what's supposed to happen. This is what the dog's supposed to be. Demon Boy is great, and this is an example of what an American Bully is supposed to be. I'm telling you, it's all about money. He didn't care about the breed. He never has cared about the breed, and at this point, the ABKC is single-handedly the biggest reason why the breed overall is in the condition it is in. It has been, registry is always supposed to ban dogs, ban people, and make things work. There's been nothing banned. You know for a fact that Rocco comes from exotics. There's a lot of bulldogs mixed into him. Not only do you not ban the dog, but you turn around and you promote the dog, fly him over to Europe. Once again, lied to the European people. You brought a dog in that was a ringer to win the show to help promote that dog. Now that dog has a ton of puppies out here that are dying at 3 years and below. They talk bad about Miyagi, but they brought him in. They knew that Dax wasn't right. I mean, shit, if you can't look at Dax and tell that Dax wasn't right, you know what I mean? You don't even need to be running a registry anyway, but you turn around and you make him a damn grand champion by creating his own class. This is the kind of incompetence that we've seen for years, and we were fine with it. But now that the UK and all of us are over here sort of looking like, oh shit, they coming for us. Now we have to take it serious. But it's always been incompetence. It's always been incompetence. It's always been nonsense. It's always been a circus. If it was a real confirmation show, you would see good dogs winning. If it was a real confirmation registry, when people send in great information to show that DNA testing was not matching up properly to certain dogs, you would have acknowledged that and made sure that this happened. The bans happened and that we could get rid of those dogs. Instead, they allowed it to go. The ABKC, Dave Wilson, you created the dogs that are over there killing people and that are killing people here because you never stopped it. As some of y'all know, double major, pre-man, pre-law. And I'll tell you one thing, I can break down one law to you. If you give somebody a gun and they kill somebody, you can be considered complicit. Dave Wilson, you gave the world these killer dogs. The ABKC, y'all pounded your chest as the savior of the breed, the regulator of the breed. This is your breed. You created the breed. You wanted all the credit. Well, now that these dogs are out here killing children and attacking people, let's give you that credit that you've always wanted. Let's not get humble now. Let's not, oh, that wasn't me. No, we ain't gonna get humble now. And that goes to the rest of you motherfuckers over at the ABKC. The reason that this breed is in the condition it is now is y'all have not banned not one dog. Y'all have not banned not one person. All you cared about was putting money in your pocket. That's the reason why Bashar is your main man. And like he said, y'all went behind everybody's back, changed the standards to an unhealthy ass dog. Everybody knows that muscle tone is unhealthy dogs. You keep talking extreme this, extreme that, while the dogs are literally falling out in the rings. You got people throwing dogs in trash cans at shows. You got breeders with all these issues, all these health issues in the breed. Let's give you your credit, ABKC. Take it all. Take it all. Take it all. You encourage people to, you kept talking about Demon Boy, and you kept talking about Demon Boy and Demon Boy and Demon Boy. Let's not forget when you brought Demon Boy over here to Virginia and he couldn't last but about 5 minutes outside and start having breathing issues and look nothing like the pictures. Literally look nothing like the pictures. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Talking about Tone and Joel, Tone and Joel. Now I'm on one. Stop talking to me about Tone and Joel. The reason that Tone and Joel, another fake person jumping on my page, y'all keep bringing them up and they on the thing. Y'all can't touch me, baby. All I quite simply said is I like the way your dog look, but my dog can't breathe. I don't like that. The whole legacy destroyed by one bit of truth. Guys who went around the country and pounded their chests as great breeders, but we talked about breathing, and all of a sudden the conversation changed. Y'all keep on bringing up Tone and Joel. I taught Tone everything he know about dogs, and he turned around and started following Dave Wilson and breeding unhealthy dogs, making up excuses and then going high on lives, talking about some, oh, I cost you $40,000 in stud fees. I didn't cost you shit. I told the truth about your fucked up breathing dogs, and other people start testifying to how your dogs breathe. Then we got one dumb fuck that goes on the live with the dog sitting there like, and literally tell somebody to breed 2 dogs off of this dog that can't breathe, that's got the same issue together, and if the puppies come out with the breathing issue, to get his surgery fixed. That's what killed them. Sometimes we got to stop blaming suicide on the messenger. I just told you what was wrong with you. You didn't have to kill yourself. I just gave you the facts. Like I say, I'll talk about myself. You motherfuckers ain't never beat me. You never will beat me because I'm operating out of truth. When I was in the show ring, I won way over 90% of my shows. It's easier for me to remember the few shows that I lost than the ones that I won. You know what I'm saying? And when I say I lost, I never left the ring. I was in over 100 shows. I never left the ring without a ribbon. And I never had a 4th place ribbon. You do the math. And in my whole entire existence of dog shows, I only had 3, count them. No, excuse me. I had 5. I only had 5 in my whole time of showing, 5 3rd place ribbons. Keep in mind, that's hundreds of shows. Hallie won 63 shows. Y'all keep telling me about these guys, and that's when you had real dogs. That's when the shows was real confirmation. That's when the dogs could breathe. That's when literally we would throw the shows and be outside without no tent. So not only was my dogs winning against the best competition, my dogs also could breathe. These motherfuckers ain't never beat me, and my whole existence in this American bully world has been nothing but success. So why should I ever be jealous of somebody who had to change all of the rules? 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, y'all. The kids is getting out. I'm going to get them. And we'll continue this discussion. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, Central Time. Man, God bless all y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Nothing but love to y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Peace. I'm going to put that in the back, y'all.